Hi, it's Krista and Lisa, and welcome to our channel Farmhouse Roscoe. And today we're making 3 Farmhouse Valentine's Day Sign DIYs. DIY number 1 is a Valentine's Day signpost. Here's the supplies we used for our sign. We began by making the one sign, and then it kind of evolved and grew into a signpost with 2 signs. We began by taping off the edges of our sign and painted it with pink acrylic paint. Once the paint dried, we went ahead and peeled off the tape and we stained the edges with antique wax. Now we're going to sand our sign and take a stencil and some black chalk paint and stencil out the words "Kissing Booth." Now we're going to use a permanent marker and write the words "This Way" below the words "Kissing Booth." Now we're going to take a heart stencil and some red chalk paint and stencil a heart onto the sign. Now we're going to take a dowel rod and a candle holder and glue them together and stain them with antique wax. We're going to work on our second sign. We're going to go ahead and do a coat of white chalk paint and distress it with brown chalk paint. Now we're going to use the same stencil that we used on the first sign, and we're going to stencil Valentine flowers onto the sign. Now we're going to stencil on some flowers. You can use any stencils or any chalk paint that you want. Now we're going to take a permanent marker and write 1 mile on our sign. Now we're going to assemble our signpost. We're going to start by taking our dowel rod and placing our signs on there and deciding where we want to put them. Once we decide, we're going to take a generous amount of glue and glue our signs into place. We're going to create a base for our sign so it's freestanding. So we're going to begin by taking a wood plaque and paint it with some white chalk paint and distress it with brown chalk paint. We're going to glue our signpost to our base using a mixture of wood glue and hot glue. DIY number 2, Valentines Day Bench. Here's the supplies that we used for this DIY. It was one of those DIYs that was kind of, we had a picture in our head of like how we wanted it to look, and then we were just kind of like creating it as we were going. We're going to begin by taking 2 palettes that we got from Dollar Tree and painting them with white chalk paint. Now we're going to take some square dowel pieces that we cut down to be the legs for the bench, and we're going to paint those white as well. Now we're going to work on creating a flower crate to put on our bench. We're going to begin by taking some of these skinny craft sticks and we're going to cut them into 3-inch pieces, and you'll need 16 pieces for the crate. You're going to lay out the craft stick pieces that you cut into 4 different piles of 4 sticks in each pile, and then you're going to space them out evenly as you can, and you're going to use the leftover pieces that you cut off, and you're going to use it as a brace to glue the 4 sticks together for each side. And then you're going to repeat that for each side of the crate, and then you're going to glue them together using a brace. We used a chopstick and cut it into pieces and then glued the sides of the crate onto the chopstick pieces until we form the crate. This next step is optional, but once we form the crate, we're going to take some more pieces of craft sticks that are measured to the same size as the crate, and you're going to create little brackets on there just to kind of give it a cool look. Plus it kind of make sure the crate's durable. Now you're going to take more of the craft sticks, but they're not going to be cut yet, and you're going to lay them out and then set the crate on top, and this is going to help you decide what size the bottom needs to be, and then just draw a line using a pencil and then cut the sticks to that size. Once you have the craft sticks laid out the way you want, you're going to go ahead and glue some braces on to make them sturdy, and then you're going to glue the bottom onto the crate. Now we're going to glue the 2 pallets together to create the back and the seat of our bench. We're just going to use a mixture of wood glue and hot glue. Now we're going to use the same wood glue and hot glue mixture to glue the legs onto the bench. We're going to go ahead and stain our crate using some antique wax. And we're going to distress our crate using white chalk paint. We're going to distress our bench using some brown chalk paint. Now we're going to take a burlap sack that we got from Dollar General, and we're going to put it down in the crate, and we're going to fill it with any floral picks or embellishments that you would like. Now we're going to create a little sign for the front of our crate. We're just going to use a little rectangle piece and paint it with white chalk paint and write fleurs, which is French for flowers, on it. Now we're going to take a little fox ornament that we got on clearance at Hobby Lobby and glue a little garden hat onto it and set it on the bench. And finally, we're going to take a little heart that we made out of pitberry and glue it onto the side of the bench. We love how our beautiful bench turned out. The nice thing about it is that you can use it for Valentine's Day, but you could also use it for spring decor as well. DIY number 3 is a Bedazzledoxo sign. This sign is really simple. You only use a few items and it's really customizable. We're going to start by taking our XOXO sign and staining it with some wood tint. Now we're going to take some little wood hearts. This came in the Dollar Tree wood value pack, and we're going to paint them 4 different colors. We're going to do red, pink, and white, and then for the one, I took some red and pink chalk paint and mixed it together to create kind of a coral color. Now we're going to distress our sign using some white chalk paint. We're going to go ahead and glue our wood hearts into place, and we just took some of these little gemstones that we got from Dollar Tree and glued them onto the sign. Have fun with this and customize it any way you would like. We also took some gemstones that we got from Dollar General and glued them onto the hearts. And here's how our adorable DIYs turned out. Thank you for joining us today. If you're already subscribed to our channel, thank you for your support. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. Every subscriber, comment, and like helps our channel to grow and for YouTube to notice us a little bit more. We have more videos to come, so stay tuned. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Talk to you guys next time. Bye for now.